Get to college athletics, got a story to tell. Coach Wilson on the mic, making dreams swell. From 7 miles in the D to athletes worldwide, talking journeys, struggles, hustle, and pride. Get to college athletics, yeah, you be making it known. Every journey, every climb, they're never alone. Coach Wilson in the chair, straight from Detroit streets, bringing that 7-mile fire, no defeat. He's got athletes talking about the. Greetings, everyone, and welcome in to episode 4 of the Get to College Athletics podcast. We are here today with
Janiyah Williams.
Jay. Thanks for joining us on the show. We appreciate you taking the time.
Yeah, no problem, no problem.
So, can you tell everybody who you're committed to before we get started?
Yeah, I'm committed and signed to the University of Oregon.
And you play basketball, correct?
I do.
Okay, so before we get into the recruiting, because according to ESPN, you're a 4-star, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's great. That's really great to hear. So, so before we get into the recruiting piece, just tell us a little bit about yourself. Where you from?
So I'm originally from Stillwater, Oklahoma. I live in Edmond, Oklahoma now. I got a big family. I have 11 siblings, 7 brothers, 4 sisters. I'm the youngest out of everybody.
Wow.
I've been playing basketball since I was 3. Like, this is always what I've wanted to do. So yeah, basketball pretty much consumes my life. I really love music. That's what keeps me balanced. Like, I play the guitar and I'm learning to play the keyboard. And I love listening to music.
Wow. So you're gonna have to get a lot of tickets going forward, huh?
Yes, yes.
So did they, I mean, you don't have to go down a list for all your siblings, but were they, athletic as well?
Oh, everybody's athletic. Like,
Oh,
literally everybody. Yeah,
okay. So it's in the DNA. Okay, I got
it
it.
is. It is.
All right. So I was going to ask next, when did you start playing basketball full time? But I assume your entire life because you said 3 years old.
Yes.
Okay. And did you play any other sports, or have you just been strictly basketball since you've been on the face of this earth?
Um, I play flag football for a little while, and then I'm also a black belt in Taekwondo. I got that
Oh,
when I was
wow.
10. But then I got hurt, so I never picked it back up. So
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, I'm glad you recovered from it though. That's a good.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
so, but when did you believe in your heart that you could play at the Division 1 level?
I really felt like I'd say when I got my first offer, that was eighth grade um summer, and I got it from my hometown, OK State. So that was a really special one. And so to me, that moment just felt extremely validating from like all the work I've been putting in, hours upon hours in the gyms, hundreds and thousands of shots. Like, it was just really validating for me to like see the offer on the table, them saying that I have a full ride, and it's just like, it really just opened up the floodgates for me, and it really made me want to work a lot harder too.
Right. And you said you were in 8th grade with a Division 1 offer?
Yes.
Oh, wow. So how did you handle that? I mean, you haven't even picked your high school classes out. How did you handle that? Hey, I'm going to play Division 1, and you were only in 8th grade.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely stressful because especially after that summer, going into freshman year, it was, man, like 10 coaches calling a week, setting up calls. Like, it was a lot for a 14-year-old, 13, 14-year-old girl. Like, that's a lot. That's stressful.
Right.
Um, so I was really just trying to navigate what I wanted, but also like I was enjoying it at the same time, because at that age, I still didn't really want to know. I knew what was important to me with the school, but I'm so young, like I didn't really know, like I know now. Um, so I don't know. It was stressful. It was a stressful process. Anyone that is going through the recruiting process, especially at a high level, it can get really draining. So
it sounds like it. That would be a lot for an eighth grader. Uh,
Yeah.
so I take it. I'm assuming that you played AAU. How long have you been playing AAU?
My first AU team was third grade. It was an all boys team actually. Um, so I started off playing with guys, and then I switched over fifth grade, with BTR, below the rim basketball, and we won a national championship there. And then I got injured. I tore my meniscus,
Oh no.
when I was 10, which is really uncommon, but um, then I took a year off. Then I jumped back into basketball, played with the Texas team, and then I was with the Arkansas Banshees and the Lady Jets, this last year of AU. So
Okay, so now when I ask you this question, it's I don't want you to think I'm asking like what coach is better and things like that, but just from your perspective, do you like playing AAU basketball more or school basketball? And the reason why I ask that is because I know in AAU you play multiple games a day, right?
right,
Usually in high school basketball, if you get that loss, you got to go back, you got to watch film, you got to think about it for a couple of days, you go back to practice. And after an AAU game, if you lose, you probably just go eat a sandwich that your mother wrapped for you and get back on
yes.
the court. So which one do you prefer?
That's a tough question because like they really both have their highs and their lows. For AU, I like I like the play style a lot better, and I also like just because like high school basketball is typically a little bit more structured. That's just how high school basketball is. And AU, it's a little bit more. I don't want to say street ball, but street ball style, and
Yeah, it's
that
like a running gun. It's like a running
yeah,
gun type
that's
situation. Yep.
yeah, that type of basketball is really fun for me, and that's how I like to play. But also like high school ball, like you're with these girls so much, like 9 months out of the year, from summer league basketball, preseason, then you have off season, preseason, in season, postseason, and then off season again. So you're with them so much. And also like I love playing in the big crowds. I played in a lot of big crowds for AU. Um, but not a lot beats like a I feel like a high school atmosphere crowd when it's up and jumping. I feel like that can be an AU crowd easily.
Right. Right.
Just because it's your school, your students are there. You have the opposing student section chirping at you like that. I love that stuff. I love all of that.
Right.
Um, so yeah,
So do you deal with a lot of double teams or boxing ones? Um,
yeah,
do you deal with a lot of that or no?
I do.
You do?
Yeah. Um, every game. That's like that's happened to me since I was I don't know how old. Like there was like a especially like Y ball. There's this league called SAS, where it's like Y ball in Stillwater. When I was younger, like my parents had to start bringing my birth certificate with me just because people didn't believe how old I was, but I was actually younger than everybody.
Were
So
you
for like
taller or just because of your
nope,
ability?
just for my skills.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I was playing
Gotcha.
like 2, 3 grades up actually, so it
Wow.
was pretty crazy.
So
But yeah,
how does that affect your training, right? Because most people when they train, they're usually training, okay, for one defender, right? You're
right.
you're usually doing some rip throughs and some moves like that. So how does that change your training that you know that you're going to see two defenders usually every time you have the ball?
Oh, for sure. Like so I'm either getting doubled or face guard, or a lot of times if I'm catching the ball in the paint or in the mid range, because I really like that mid range jumper,
Hmm.
they'll spin two, sometimes even three. So when I'm training, I really like to use my imagination. Obviously, I have my set drills. You have to do your fundamentals, your form shots. But when I'm really like getting those game like shots in, I just like to imagine where my defenders are at. And that usually really helps me transfer it to the games. Like splitting two, pulling up for a jumper, pump fakes, all that.
Right. And I can't blame the coaches because I would definitely be face guarding you too. I can't even lie, because I mean, good things are going to happen for your team when the ball's in your hands, right? So
Yes.
I definitely figured that you tailored your you're training towards that now. Now, did you play varsity all 4 years of high school?
Yes, I did. I did.
Okay. And have you always been a two guard or have you played some one or how did that work?
I've always been like a one and a two. Like I've always been able to do both. Like I can play point guard, I can play off the ball. Um, because I feel like I thrive in both areas and I'm most effective when I'm playing both areas in a game. So,
Okay. All right. Well, let's jump right into now the recruiting process.
right.
Did you take any other visits outside of Oregon?
Oh, I took a lot of unofficial visits. Man, this feels like it was so long ago. I'm trying to remember. I went to OK State was my first unofficial.
Okay.
Arkansas
So
was
talk about that Oklahoma State just for a second because
yeah.
I know they have to be pretty upset that you're very talented and you're leaving the state, right? Like that really stings college coaches when you're going to another state and they're losing their talent. So how is that, not picking Oklahoma State?
I think it really just came down to location and just like what my aspirations for college is. I felt like, or what my aspirations are. Um, I really want to play in the WNBA one day. And Oregon, Coach Kelly, their whole staff, they're known for sending girls to the league. He's really good at developing players, especially at my position, because they play a pro style type of basketball, pick and roll, action, like all of that.
Right,
They have like what 5, 6 girls in the league, which is a lot considering like the limited roster spots.
right.
So it's not like it was anything personal, but it's just what I thought fit me best. So
Okay. So you were saying Oklahoma State, Arkansas, just give us a couple more that you went on.
yeah, TCU, Kansas, LSU, Texas. Yeah, those are a few I went to.
Okay. So basically you chose Oregon based off of they get ladies to the league. Was that your number one choice, or was it, you like the campus, some academics, or was that the main thing because you want to go to the league?
Yeah, like that definitely plays a huge role is my player development, but also just like if you asked me in middle school what my dream schools were, I would always say University of Oregon, just because first off the state is beautiful. Like that's such a pretty state. Like Oregon, I love the rainy weather, 40 to 60 degrees year round. Like you really can't beat that for me personally.
Right.
So, and then just like the campus is beautiful, the school is great. I'm want to major in psychology. That's what I'm gonna study.
Okay.
So they have a really good psych program there. Coaches are great. They treat their girls well. Like it's the Nike school. Like that's just a bonus. So
That is true.
right here. Yeah.
It's definitely the Nike school. Now,
Yeah.
how do you feel? So let me back up a little bit. When did you commit to Oregon?
Oh man, when was that? See, I can't even remember. It was last year, I'd say around sometime in February, I think,
Okay.
2024.
So the reason why I asked is because so you knew at the time when you committed that they were going to be obviously in the Big Ten.
Yes.
Right. Okay. So how do you feel? Do you think that that's a hurdle at the University of Oregon or the former Pac-10 schools or Pac-12 schools? Do you think that that is a hurdle to, basically be coming to the Midwest for the majority of the games?
That definitely it adds some struggle to it because basketball season is long, it's physical, you're always tired. So just like on top of playing, make sure your schoolwork's caught up, going to class, practice, weights, all that. Now you got to travel like 10 plus hours for a lot
Right.
of your away games.
Right.
So it's definitely a hurdle you have to cross. But with Oregon, just like they'll take care of you. Like they'll find ways to get you there as quick as possible, like charter planes, buses, anything. So they'll get you right.
Right. Now, was that something that was discussed in the recruiting process? Was that something that you brought up? Did you ask about travels? Did you actually ask about that and get some answers?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
Really they just like they gave me the whole rundown, so I knew everything I needed to know. I didn't have
Okay.
to ask very many questions. That they made sure that I knew what I was getting into. So,
All right. So, and you have a lot of siblings, so I'm pretty sure everyone knows your family around that area. What was their disappointment that you chose Oregon, or did they just say, "Hey, Jay, do what's best for you," or was it a little disappointment?
I really don't think there was any disappointment.
Okay.
I think they all were happy for me, and like they knew that Oregon was one of my dream schools, and to be able to go there and get my school paid for and play the sport I love and also get NIL money and just be happy where I'm at over there, especially like with the climate of the world right now.
Right.
I think they all were just pretty happy for me. So
Okay. Well, I'm glad you got a little NIL money. That's good too.
yeah,
That's always a
yeah,
good thing. That's
yeah.
always a good thing.
This is a
Uh,
bonus. This is a bonus.
Right, right. So, what is the most thing you would say that you're looking forward to? Because it's a big jump from high school AAU to the stadiums to the coaching to everything,
Mhm.
because it's your life, right? When you go to college, that's it. So,
Right.
what are you looking forward to the most?
Ooh, there's a lot of things. A few like I can't wait for that first home game because the Oregon Stadium in Eugene, it's always bumping in there. It can be, I don't know, a Sunday at 1 p.m. People coming from church to come to the game. Like the stadium's always has a nice crowd, so
Right,
I'm really excited for that. And also just like I can't wait to like go hiking and like I like to sit outside and play my guitar, sit in the grass. So I can't wait to do that, especially with their nature over there. It's so pretty. So
right. Okay. Well, thank you for catching us up on the recruiting process. We always like to end it on any advice that you can give any players that are searching for athletic funding or scholarships or just any advice or any regrets that you have that you could have changed that could maybe help somebody else out.
oh yeah, for sure. I'd say that it's your process and ultimately if a school really wants you, they'll understand how you communicate what your process is if you don't want to talk a certain day. Like it's okay to say no to coaches like, hey coach, sorry, let me hit you back. Like I really don't feel like talking today. You're my eighth call of the day. Like I just need a second. So yeah, it's your process. Handle it how you would. Um, no outside voices should really affect that. Um, obviously like family, friends, but at the end of the day, like that's where you're going to school. No one else is going to school there. You are. So have control over your process, your decision.
Thank you, Jay. I appreciate you coming on and taking the time. I know you're busy. I know you're either training or you're in school or you're sleeping. So I
Yes.
appreciate you taking some time to talk to us and like I said, get some feedback to some younger players as well. So we will definitely be watching you at Oregon and the Big Ten, and we wish you nothing but the best of luck, and we'll be praying for you.
All right, thank you. I appreciate you.
And just like that, episode 4 is now in the books with Jay Will, 4-star, destined for Oregon. We look forward to seeing her play at Oregon and in the Big Ten. And we also look forward to her pursuing her long-term goal to make it to the WNBA. And I just want to give another quick shout out to Flatline Digital for introducing me to Mr. Williams, Jay Will's father, coordinating and making this interview possible. Their information, Flatline Digital, will be in the show notes. So once again, thank you to the Williams family for making this podcast work. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Have a great day.
Get to college athletics, got a story to tell. Coach Wilson on the mic, making dreams swell. From 7 miles in the D to athletes worldwide, talking journey, struggles, hustle, and pride. Get to college athletics, yeah, you ain't making it known. Every journey, every climb, they're never alone. Coach Wilson in the chair, straight from Detroit streets, bringing that 7 mile fire, no defeat.